The Salish Sea feet. Dozens of severed human feet keep washing ashore. On August 20th, 2007, a 12-year-old girl walking on Jedediah Island in British Columbia made a discovery that would become the opening chapter in one of the strangest ongoing mysteries in North American forensic history. She found a human foot, a right foot, size 12, still inside a white Adidas running shoe lying on the beach. The foot had been detached at the ankle. There was no body, no blood, no sign of violence, just a foot on a beach, as though it had simply arrived there on its own. 6 days later, a second foot was found on nearby Gabriola Island. Again a right foot, again inside a running shoe, again detached at the ankle. Then a third in February 2008. Then a fourth, then a fifth. By 2012, the number had reached 10. The feet kept arriving from different directions in different types of shoes, matching different people. They had no apparent connection to each other. They came from no single event, no single location. They simply arrived, year after year, on the beaches of the Salish Sea. The explanation that forensic scientists ultimately converged on is one of the most unsettling non-supernatural explanations in recent memory. Human bodies decompose differently in water than on land. In cold, salt water, the soft connective tissue at joints breaks down relatively quickly, allowing limbs to separate. Meanwhile, modern athletic shoes, made with lightweight foam and sealed air chambers, are extraordinarily buoyant. A foot inside a running shoe will float. The rest of the body sinks, the foot drifts. This explains how the feet travel. It does not explain where they come from or why suddenly, after decades without such finds, they began appearing in 2007 and have continued ever since. One theory points to the crash of a BC ferries vessel in 2006, which killed several people in the Salish Sea. Another notes that the Salish Sea receives the effluent of one of the world's busiest shipping channels. A third, darker theory points to the number of unresolved missing persons cases in the area and suggests that not all the deaths were accidental. DNA analysis has identified the owners of most of the feet, and in nearly every case, the individual was already listed as a missing person and believed to have died by suicide or accidental drowning. The Salish Sea is a body of water that receives a significant number of people who enter it and never come back. In this sense, the feet are not a mystery but a symptom, a testament to the volume of human loss in those waters, made visible by the specific buoyancy physics of running shoes. But not all the feet have been identified. Several remain anonymous. And the question of why this phenomenon began in 2007 and why it continues has no completely satisfying answer. Some researchers point to changing shoe technology. The ultra-buoyant foam in athletic shoes became standard in the early 2000s, which could explain why feet suddenly began washing ashore at that time. But this explanation requires an existing baseline of deaths in the water sufficient to produce the finds, which raises its own uncomfortable questions. In 2008, a hoax muddied the waters further. A foot was found in a sock stuffed into a shoe, along with seaweed clearly planted. Police initially treated it as evidence. The prankster was never identified. The hoax complicated the evidentiary record and raised questions about how many of the genuine finds had also been manipulated before discovery. The possibility that some feet were planted by persons unknown, for unknown reasons, has never been entirely ruled out. As of 2025, the feet are still arriving. More than 20 have been found in total. Each one represents a life that ended in those cold waters. Each one raises the same question that the first one raised in 2007. How many people are in that water, and how did they get there? The Salish Sea keeps its secrets in the deep, but it keeps releasing these small, buoyant reminders to the surface. A message from the bottom, delivered in running shoes. That something is in those waters, and it has not finished speaking.